at 7. Ondo Assembly begins debate on Osopadek's 2023 budget. Court strikes out Binani's case against INEC over Adamawa governorship election. Low registration turnout forces NECO to reschedule common entrance examination. And from the foreign team, Kenyan president condemns religious radicalization as cult leader faces terror charges. Good evening and welcome to the news at 7. I am Akimomi Abotunde. The Ondo State House of Assembly has committed the 2023 Osopadek budget to the committees on Osopadek as well as finance and appropriation for scrutiny. The House admitted the Osopadek Appropriation Bill 2023 during plenary presided over by the Speaker Bamidele Olelogun. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye now reports.
The day's plenary, which was conducted in Yoruba and Ijaw languages, centered around the Osopadek budget and other matters of public importance. The bill has over 14 billion naira as proposed amount to be spent by the Osopadek in the 2023 fiscal year. While discussing the thrust of the budget under motion, Chairman of the House Committee on Osopadek, Prince Abayomi Akinruntan, highlighted its importance to the mandate areas, hence the need for its accelerated passage. Also, the Chairman, House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Akintomide Akinrogunde, and other lawmakers said the move became imperative considering the peculiarity of the oil-producing area and the need to develop the people. After much deliberation, the budget was then committed to the Joint House Committee on Osopadek and Committee on Finance and Appropriation for necessary scrutiny, having scaled through second reading. The Speaker therefore enjoined the Joint Committee to do proper work on the budget to accelerate its passage. Omoshiliola Adesoye, Osrc News.
A social-political group, Sunshine Grassroots Alliance, Sugar, has been unveiled in Ondo State. The group, which comprises local government workers, professional teachers, both serving and retired, as well as pensioners, aims to ensure inclusion of workers in the political space of the Sunshine State. Joy Pius now completes that report. Joy.
Armed with placards of various inscriptions, members of the new socio-political group, known as Sunshine Grassroots Alliance, which comprises the Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Teachers Association, both serving and retired, as well as pensioners, converged for the inaugural ceremony of the group, chanting the solidarity songs. The Ondo State workers from the 18 local government areas of the state commenced the solidarity work from Adegbemile Cultural Center through the popular Oba Adeshida Road to the Akure Township Hall, where the main event took place. The coordinator of the Sunshine Grassroots Alliance Group in Ondo State, Mr. Deji Akinwalere, expressed the need for political inclusiveness and participation of workers in politics as well as continuous political education program, hence the establishment of the group.
We are embarking on the political education program to conscientize our people on the need for them to participate in politics, to get involved in politics, that there is nothing you can do for us without us being involved. So we are sensitizing our people to get registered to be interested in politics, to seek for position.
Representatives of the Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Nigeria Union of Pensioners, and Nigeria Union of Teachers in Ondo State emphasized the importance of the union to the development of any state, as they are the closest to the people at the grassroots.
Despite the fact that we are the grassroots, we are the grassroots mobilizer, we are the people who can canvass for people in government. But at the end of the day, you will notice that we are left behind. But from now hence, we want the government to recognize us and make sure that we are relevant in the scheme of things.
These guys must come up. They've been voting for people, right? It is time for them now to present themselves for political office. Grassroots development is the key is the in thing. Once that one is done, the whole country is developed, at least within the available resources.
We believe that when we are in grassroots and we thought we want to move the local government staff, primary school teachers and local government staff must be one of the people that will participate in local government chairman or a councillor or a supervisor. When you leave it to other people, they will not develop the place.
The guest speaker, Mr. Festus Oyebade, called for unity among the unions to achieve set goals.
Discovering that development of the world has been brought about by Industrial Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution, which has brought this development, continues to evolve. And we are always at the receiving end of such disasters. And I want to tell you now that the more united the workers are, the better for their welfare.
For members of the group, it is a new dawn and a time to chart a new course, even for people at the grassroots, as these will create the opportunity to bring their wealth of knowledge into handling of government activities. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
6 new federal permanent secretaries have taken the oath of office. The swearing-in took place at the council chambers of the State House, Abuja, shortly before commencement of the Federal Executive Council meeting. The appointees are from Borno, Cross River, Gombe, Kano, Ogun, and Taraba states. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, said the event marked the culmination of a week-long pre-qualification exercise for directors by the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. And moving to the courts, Justice Ian Eko of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has dismissed the suit filed by the Adamawa State governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Aisha Ahmed Binani, seeking to be affirmed winner of the election. Justice Eko dismissed the suit following a notice of discontinuance that was filed by the plaintiff. Senator Binani had approached the court with an ex parte application to stop the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from announcing any other person as the winner of the Adamawa State governorship election. Sokoto State Governor-elect Ahmed Sokoto has inaugurated a transition committee of 108 members. The committee has Abubakar Sokoto, a former ambassador, as chairman, while former permanent secretary Alhaji Ibrahim Adire is secretary. Speaking at the inauguration, the governor-elect said members of the committee were drawn from various sectors of human endeavor based on their wealth of experience, honesty, and track record of service. He expressed optimism that the committee will come out with a blueprint to ensure a smooth transition and takeoff of his administration. The All Progressives Congress executive in Ward 8 of Calabar Municipality in Cross River State has suspended the State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Ekpeyong Iso, for alleged anti-party activities and misappropriation of funds. The suspension order was contained in a statement by the chairman of Ward 8, Kingsley Ekpe, and Secretary Gilbert Bassey. According to the party, Iso's suspension was predicated on the recommendations of the Disciplinary and Fact-Finding Committee set up to investigate a petition of misappropriation of party funds and anti-party activities leveled against him. Reacting to the suspension, Mr. Iso said he was not involved in any anti-party activity, neither did he mismanage any funds during the just concluded polls. The Chief Judge of Niger State, Justice Halima Abdul Malik, has described an Upper Sharia Court Judge, Abbas Muhammad of Bakungo in Mina, as an unjust judge due to his unprofessional conduct, lamenting the unjust incarceration of a suspect without trial by the judge. She noted that the conduct further tainted the image of the judiciary in the state. The Sharia court judge kept a suspect in correctional custody without any charge against him and failed to explain to the chief judge the offense the suspect committed that led to his incarceration. Worried by the unwholesome incarceration of the suspect, identified as Seidu Kodi, Justice Abdul Malik warned that her regime as chief judge would continue to use the hammer on errant judicial officers. You are watching the news at 7 on Osrc television. You can also watch us live on our website, www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook, OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel, OSRC TV Ondo. The news continues shortly. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us on the news at 7. The National Examinations Council has rescheduled the 2023 National Common Entrance Examination to Saturday, 3rd of June. Spokesman of NECO, Aziz Sani, said the rescheduling of the examination was due to low registration of candidates. The examination, which admits candidates into the federal unity colleges across the Federation, ought to have commenced on Saturday, April 29. Sani urged all candidates, parents, guardians, schools, and relevant stakeholders to take note of the new date for the examination, while stating that registration of candidates will continue till the new date of the examination. Rotary Club of Akure Prestige has commissioned toilet and water facilities worth over 5 million naira at Adu Memorial CSE Grammar School, Akure. President of the club, Adesoji Omotade, described the gesture as one out of numerous projects embarked upon during his tenure in his quest to make life easy for staff and students. Omori Olahungbeji reports that Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Femi Agagu, was on ground to identify with the sponsor.
Rotary International Club is a humanitarian organization that encourages and contributes towards societal growth. Their major focus include provision of water, sanitation, education, health, empowerment, among others, which birthed the execution of this 7-rooms toilet and water at the Adu Memorial CSE Grammar School, Akure, by the Rotary Club of Akure Prestige.
To the glory of God and humanity.
Speaking of the project, President of the club, Adesoji Omotade, said no fewer than 12 students of the school are under the scholarship scheme of the club, and that discovery during a visit to the school some time ago informed their decision. He encouraged the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the facility so as to serve the purpose which it was meant for.
Rotary is known for doing good, and this is part of what we are supposed to be doing, and that's what we are doing. And when we came from one of our programs and we discovered and noticed the toilet that the school, the whole populace of the schools are using, it was so disheartening in a way that we just have to come in.
District Governor Dr. Gode Nnamdi, who was represented by Rotimi Olowolagbapo, stated that the gesture will remind well-to-do citizens of the need to complement government's efforts towards developmental growth.
Every one of us still have a duty to come together in one or two group and see what we can do to bridge the need gap in our community. Whatever is lacking, and we are capable of providing it for the less privileged in our community, we should try and endeavor to do it for the benefit of the less privileged in our society.
Appreciating the donor, Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Femi Agagu, assured them of proper maintenance to facilitate more projects.
The issue of sanitation is not a problem here. And with this kind of facility, I'm sure that they also will know that what is required to keep this clean at all times is for them to be conscious of the fact that they must clean them on a daily basis and make sure that the borehole is functional at all times.
Principal of the school, Dr. Dorcas Ashamo, and students maintained that the 7-room toilets would be added to the existing 8-room for convenience.
We have a worker that is there that is helping us to maintain the cleanliness. So we are joining this one with it, so the woman will still continue with it. And with the provision of ready-made water from the tap, it will be easier.
I really appreciate you, sir, for all you've done for the school, and I also wish to promise you that the school will make good use of the project.
High point of the event was the decoration and induction of more members into the club, including Mr. Femi Agagu, who was decorated as the honorary Rotarian. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
As the 2023 rainy season gradually sets in, residents of Delta State, particularly those living in flood-prone communities, have called on government to take proactive measures to prevent another flood disaster. According to them, the devastating effect of the 2022 flood in Delta State still remains fresh on the minds of victims. The residents urged government to act fast over the warnings received from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency indicating possible heavy flooding in 2023 by doing the needful to save life and property. The Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has hosted some Americans who recently traced their roots to Ile-Ife. The U.S. citizens were led to the traditional leader by the Aṣojú Àṣà of Ile-Oòduà, Dotun Taylor, who said they were convinced of their origin after running DNA tests. Taylor hailed the monarch for his promotion of culture and preservation of Yoruba history. The Ooni urged the Americans to increase their economic presence in the town and exploit the various opportunities for investment. Benue State chapter of the Labour Party has confirmed the killing of its chairman for Ediku ward in Apa local council area, Nathaniel Ochoche. Ochoche was killed by suspected herdsmen in Ankpali village, Ediku district, and was reportedly among 4 mourners who killed in an ambush that left many injured and several others missing. Benue Labour Party Publicity Secretary Toyosu Obunde called on government and other stakeholders to rise to the challenge of protecting life and property in the state immediately. Moving to the foreign scene, Paul Mackenzie, the leader of the Kenyan cult that reportedly convinced its followers to starve to death in order to meet their maker, may face terror-related charges. President William Ruto likened the cult's activities to those of terrorists who use religion to radicalize people into adopting extreme behaviors, even as death toll continues to rise. Akintunde Akinshimola reports.
Kenya's President William Ruto has likened the priest at the center of the deadly starvation call to a terrorist and instructed authorities to find the root cause of what happened.
Terrorists use religion to advance their heinous acts. People like Mr. Mackenzie are using religion to do exactly the same thing.
Police have recovered dozens of bodies, mostly from mass graves in a forest in eastern Kenya. The victims are thought to be followers of the self-proclaimed Good News International Church, who believe they will go to heaven if they starve themselves. Discovery of the grave is the latest chapter involved in what police call a radicalized pastor, Paul Mackenzie. He was arrested after a tip-off on the 15th of this month. 14 other cult members are also in police custody, according to the authorities. Death toll has repeatedly risen as estimation is being carried out and could rise further. The Kenyan Red Cross said 112 people have been reported missing. Akintunde Akinshimola for Osrc News.
The Islamic State group mastermind believed to have planned the devastating 2021 bombing at Kabul airport has been killed by Afghanistan's ruling Taliban. The bombing